And we are back with another video. So as you see from the title, we are doing an EGR delete on this mug. Yes, it is muggy outside. It is a nice crisp 90 something degrees. Put your hand in the hot frying pan, my friend. All right, so this is the EGR right here. Well, this is the EGR. This is the pipe. Exhaust fumes will come out of here, go in this little hole, come out this hole. There's a valve in here that goes up and down. When it goes up, it allows exhaust to go back in there, heat up your intake, take away your horsepower, and crush your fuel mileage. So real quick, all you really got to do is get a 12mm socket spray with some lubricant, because you don't want to snap off the bolts and you're really in trouble. You got two 12s, and you can take these off too if you just want to look and have a peek and see. It's really easy. They're all 12mm. Now what you're going to do is grab this and pull firmly. It's not going to break down there. Don't worry about it. Just pull, and then you can get it to rest on these bolts here. And there's a gasket in here. It's metal. I'll show you what it looks like. So here's your gasket. Your two holes on the outside and one in the middle for it to go through. You're just going to put it on a thin piece of metal like so. Nice and thin, so you can take some snippy snips, snip away at it. It's real simple, man. You're just going to set it down and take your pencil and mark this hole, mark that hole. Don't mark this hole. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put the gasket back on and put this to block the hole. And it's going to do, that's pretty much going to stop your exhaust gases from going into your motor. I recommend drilling these holes out before you go cutting it away, because it'll be easier. You can hold on to it and drill your holes. And that's what we're going to do next. And I'm going to snip it out and show you what it looks like. Really easy. Cut the holes. 5/16 bit. It's perfect size. You want to go in there kind of make it just a hair wider. You know, you can angle your drill, because it ain't got to be perfect. You just don't want no trouble with it when you go to slide it back on those two bolts. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my snippy snips and snippy snip. And just like that, I got it snipped off. I'm not going to go perfect with the lines, because it's easy to cut, but it's not easy to cut all perfect and stuff. If you got one of those table bandsaws, a little thin blade, you can move it around and stuff, go for it. Knock yourself out. It really doesn't matter to me. They stopped doing emissions here in this state. This year, this is the last year, so where I am, I don't live in a major city. So if you're curious the thickness of the metal, that's about what it is. It used to be one of those light fixtures that held those long tube lights. Is a big metal thing, and I always keep scrap metal, because you never know what you're going to use. MidwestSnips.com. These things are pretty awesome, man. I use them for a long time. They're strong. Just make sure if you're right-handed, you get the right-handed one. If you're left-handed, you know, it looks the other way. So let's go ahead and put this in the car now. So what I think I'm going to do is put this plate first, then the gasket, because the fumes are coming from this side, and that's the side we want to seal. You always want to take your holes here and kind of debar them. You know, you don't want anything sticking out to make this cause you to have a gap. You can see here, hey, look at that. Oh my god, oh my god, that's a delete right there, my friend. Bad boys, what you gonna do? All right, put my gasket back on to make a good seal of the exhaust. Now let's see if I can push this down. Oh, there we go. Get my 12mm nut. Gonna see what happens when I drive this. I tell you what, y'all subscribe, stay tuned. Let's hope I don't get no check. I don't think I'm gonna get check engine light, because the EGR that's over there, hanging by the wire, it's going to be plugged in the whole time. So it's gonna think it's working, but it ain't working. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. Get my 12mm back on there. I'll tell you what, I have deleted a couple more things here. I'm about to show you. You want to do these too tight now. I'm thinking about 15 foot-pounds at the most. I can use my hand, and I kind of know what 15 foot-pounds feels like. Right about there. 15, 18 maybe. I just don't want this leaking exhaust. I don't think it will. That gasket seems like... Alright, we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and put this on. This isn't necessary to take the EGR valve off. I just wanted to look in there, like I said. See on the inside, it's got this plunger here. And it'll open up, meaning it'll push up. Let exhaust go up in there and come right back out this little square part right here. And see, there's the square part. And it shoots you a nice stream of hot exhaust in there. Yeah, we like that, don't we? These are 12mm nuts as well. Adjust the camera for you guys. Don't drop these little suckers now. Watch I drop it. Alright, get you an extension. Now this really ain't got to make that great of a seal, because as you know, we already blocked it off down there with that pipe, so we don't have to put these hella tight, you know. Just enough to where it won't fall off. Oh, my socket. And plug in my oxygen sensor here, because that was in the way, and we're done. EGR delete. Now let me bring you in for a couple other things I did. I put a shit, it's hot as hell out here. I'm trying to think. Crankcase ventilation valve. I put a new one and ran the hose and kind of like threw it down there so it blows that shit out there, because what will happen if you hook it back up to right here where I got this plug, my finger's on it, it'll shoot hot air and oily substances back into your intake. That sucks. Who wants hot air in your intake, right? We pay money for cold air intakes. And then you got this crank, this isn't, it's like a valve cover breather, and you want to get a hose, inside diameter of the hose 3/4 inch. Don't go any smaller. The son of a bitch will be a pain in the ass. This one's a little bit bigger. It slides right on, then you can tighten it down. 3/4 inch inside diameter. Ran that sucker all the way down there, and it shoots a hot air down there too. And then you're going to also have to do a little ghetto plug like I did. I put some tape and a zip tie. That's where it used to plug into. So now the only thing going in, oops. The only thing going into this intake box is cold air. Cold air from right there is my breather. And that's it. Whew, like I said, it's hot out here. So I'm gonna drive around for a little bit. If I get any problems, I'll bring you in and let you know. If it's running good, I'm gonna bring you in, let you know. But you ain't gonna know unless you subscribe. So subscribe.